Ella was the most admired girl in school because of the sparkling diamond bracelet on her wrist. Every morning, the children gathered around Ella, amazed by how brightly her bracelet glittered. Rosie sat quietly with only dry bread for lunch. While the other children laughed at her, Ella laughed the loudest, enjoying the attention while Rosie tried to hide her tears. Later that day, Ella saw her bracelet under Rosie's desk and accused her of stealing it. The classroom went silent as Rosie cried, and everyone believed Ella's accusation. Then Mia revealed the truth. Ella had forgotten that she left the bracelet there herself. Ella looked into Rosie's tearful eyes and realized how cruel she had been. The next morning, the classroom was filled with whispers about Ella's cruel lie. For the first time, Ella sat alone, ignored by the same children who once admired her. Across the room, Rosie quietly ate her simple lunch without saying a word. Desperate for attention again, Ella made a terrible choice during recess. She shouted that Rosie's family was too poor to afford proper food. The children laughed, and Rosie stood frozen in humiliation. Then the principal stepped forward and revealed Rosie's mother had been helping needy families. Ella was shocked to learn that Rosie's family had once helped her own. As Rosie walked away in tears, Ella began to understand the damage she had caused. The next day, Ella came to school determined to change and make things right. But when she looked at her wrist, her precious diamond bracelet was missing. Ella searched everywhere, while the children whispered around her in suspicion. Then Mia accused Rosie of stealing the bracelet once again. Rosie denied it, but fear filled her eyes as the class turned against her. This time, Ella stood up and defended Rosie, asking everyone to wait for proof. Soon, the bracelet was found hidden inside Ella's own school bag. Ella felt ashamed as she realized Rosie had been wrongly blamed again. For the first time, Ella understood how painful unfair judgment can be. That afternoon, dark clouds filled the sky as the children hurried home from school. Ella walked alone in the heavy rain, clutching her school bag tightly. Suddenly, Ella slipped into the mud, and her books fell into the rushing gutter. Nearby children laughed as Ella cried for help in the pouring rain. Then Rosie saw what happened and ran back through the storm. Without hesitation, Rosie stepped into the muddy water to save Ella's books. Ella watched in disbelief as Rosie helped her stand again. Overcome with guilt, Ella cried and begged Rosie for forgiveness. Rosie smiled gently and reminded Ella that kindness should never depend on treatment. The watching children stood silent as Ella learned the true meaning of kindness. The next morning, Ella entered the classroom without wearing her diamond bracelet. Instead, she carried it in her hands and walked straight to Rosie's desk. Ella announced that the bracelet would be donated to help families in need. Then she confessed every cruel thing she had done to Rosie. The classroom fell silent as everyone listened to Ella's honest apology. Rosie stood up, walked to Ella, and forgave her with a warm hug. Tears filled the room as the children witnessed the power of forgiveness. And, from that day on, Ella was remembered for her kindness, not her bracelet. The greatest treasure Ella found was the kindness she learned to give.